Hello everyone, and we are going to have a small discussion here regarding variables, constants, and data types. Here we start with the data types. So here data types. So data types are used to specify which type of data we are going to use in our program. Suppose if you like to specify your name, we have to use string data type or character data type. Similarly, if you like to enter your age, we have to use integer. And similarly, if you like to have some input like percentage, we have to use float, double, something like that. So data type is basically a way of representing a variable in a specific order. So here we have two types of data types: primitive data types and non-primitive data types. So under primitive data types, we have Boolean, numeric, and under non-primitive data types, we have class, arrays, interface, and string. And let's start with the primitive data types, and we are going to have a small discussion regarding non-primitive data types in the upcoming sessions. So first, start with the primitive data types. So we have already defined 8 primitive data types in Java, and they are listed in the following categories: byte, short, int, long, char, float, double, and boolean. And we are also specify its size along with its default value. And here the double is the highest sized data type, and byte is the smallest one. And while declaring variables, we need the use of these primitive data types. And these primitive data types are categorized under integer, character, float, like that. So while declaring variables, we have some rules that it must start with a letter. It must not be a numeric value, and it's a varying quantity. Variables are a varying quantity, so only we use the term variables. So here we have a syntax, data types, followed by variable names. So here integer is a primitive data type used in our example, and the year is the variable name. If you like to assign some variable value to the particular variable, we have to use equal to operator along with the year. So after year, we have to use equal operator and assign a particular value to the particular variable. And here we have a constant. And before we enter into constant, we have to have a clear-cut idea of variables and data types. So constants cannot be modified at any point of time. So if we use the keyword final in front of the data type, this variable become a constant. And here the modifier is an optional term. If you don't like to use modifiers, you may avoid these modifiers. And in some advanced concepts, it's necessary to use the modifier. And to separate the constants from variables, we use capital letters while declaring variable names. And in the next session, we are going to have a discussion regarding the usage of the variables, constants, and data types. Thank you.